This is the Haskell News.
I'm Reed Williams, and this is the Haskell News. Students have been questioning if it is against Haskell policy if a student has been using Snapchat to make money for themselves using the Haskell Wi-Fi. Chief Information Officer Josh Arce stated, "I don't know if we have a policy that addresses that. If it's on their own network or their own phone or their own apartment, it would be a different story. We don't have a policy here on campus." The student advertises on their personal profile for serious inquiries and then accepts payments through an app called Google Wallet. Arce also brought up the issue of it being a privacy concern, as in what you do in your own dorm room is your own business. And here's my story on the men's basketball senior night last week. The Haskell men's basketball team would jump out to an early lead in their senior night game against Graceland University, led by senior Joel D. Sequoia. Unfortunately, Graceland would come back late in the second quarter and slip away with a 72-71 victory. Haskell will be hosting a round dance and feed Saturday, March 11th, 2017 in Tecumseh Gym, with the feed starting at 6 p.m. followed by the round dance starting at 7 p.m. With spring break just around the corner, I took to the streets to catch up with Haskell students on what they plan to do over the break.
Do you know what's right around the corner? Hint, it's not Lent, because that just happened. What's coming up is spring break, so I went to catch up and see what Haskell students were planning on doing over their break. I'm here with
Sherika.
Sherika, do you know what's coming up in 2 weeks?
Spring.
Besides a midterm? And besides, anything else like classes? And yeah, I think that's it.
Spring break.
Bingo. What are you doing for spring break?
I'm going to Panama City Beach, Florida.
You hear that? PCB. What are you doing in PCB?
Laying on the beach.
So, question. Somebody of my skin complexion, they need to tan pretty regularly. Would you recommend, if they were going to, or I was about to say Pensacola, but you're going to Panama City. If they were going to Panama City, would you recommend them tanning, like pre-game tanning?
I think it's more up to the person.
Are you going to pre-game tan?
I do not pre-game tan.
Good to know. So, successful amount of numbers that you come back with. 5 or above, over or under? 5.
Numbers for what?
Guys' numbers.
Oh, none.
Setting the bar really low.
Always.
So you would be satisfied with under 5 then, I'm taking.
I would be greatly satisfied with under 5.
Well, I think Vegas is setting the odds at 7 over under.
Over.
Now she has supreme confidence. I guess we'll check back in 2 weeks and find out.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
I'm here with
Gracie.
And Gracie, do you know what's coming up in a couple weeks?
Spring break.
Wrong. Midterms. What's after midterms?
Crying.
Well, yes, but then a little further down the road that's joyous.
Spring break.
Bingo. What's your plans for spring break?
Powwow mostly.
Powwow? Yep. What are you going to do with powwows?
Hang out, dance, eat food.
Boys, you heard it here. Gracie's going to be on the powwow circuit all spring break.
The City of Lawrence has awarded Haskell Indian Nations University funds to support the 90th anniversary of the dedication of the Haskell Stadium and Arch events, which is being planned for October 13th through 15th, 2017. On October 30th, 1926, the Haskell Arch was dedicated as the first tribal World War I memorial. 90 years after the largest gathering of tribal people to date in the history of Lawrence, Kansas, the Haskell Cultural Center and Museum will recreate some of the events that accompanied the original dedication in 1926. The dedication will commemorate the dedication of the stadium and arch, as well as the historical significance of Haskell Indian Nations University as a community partner and neighbor. Haskell News reporter Bluebird caught up with the All Nations Breath of Life and their study on smokers on tribal college campuses.
We're recruiting for these two studies. One of them is a native tailored quit smoking program. And basically we have this successful quit smoking program that was group-based initially, and we developed it and kind of turned it into an internet-based program. So what we're doing here is we're trying to recruit tribal college students to come participate in the program, and we're actually going to be testing it to see if it actually works. And the way we do that is we compare it, we randomly put participants into one of two arms, which is it's called IMBL, the Internet-Based All Nations Breath of Life program, or you get a heart-healthy fruit and vegetable diet program. So we're randomly putting participants into one of these two programs, and at the end we're going to look at the data and look at which participants successfully quit and which program they're in, and by doing that we'll be able to determine if the program is actually successful or not.
This has been the Haskell News. I'm Reed Williams.